My best friends will demand it I open this box. Inside, a photo of my wife, dated 5 years before we ever met. On today's episode of The Wander's Tales, we dive where quiet courage prevails. Hidden truths and hearts so bold, stories of fear left untold. If this calls to you, don't delay, subscribe, tap the bell, and stay with us. Thank you. The Johannesburg sun did not mourn. It beat down on the black suits and designer sunglasses of the mourners with a relentless, golden indifference. Kofi stood at the edge of the grave, the red dust of the high felt clinging to his Italian leather shoes, feeling a hollow space in his chest where 20 years of brotherhood used to reside. Elias had been the sun in their social solar system, a man of sharp wit and even sharper business instincts, and his sudden passing was a structural failure in Kofi's world. As the dirt hit the casket with a final, rhythmic thud, the lawyer, a man named Mvimba with eyes like cold stones, leaned in to whisper that the private reading would take place at sunset. Kofi looked over at Zola, his wife of 3 years, whose grief seemed etched in marble, her face a mask of dignified sorrow that felt almost too perfect, like a statue in a high-end gallery. She didn't look at him. She looked at the hole in the earth, her fingers twisting the diamond band on her left hand until the skin turned white, a gesture of nervous habit that Kofi had never noticed until the silence became this loud. The law office in Sandton was a cathedral of glass and steel, overlooking the sprawling canopy of the city's northern suburbs. Mvimba didn't waste time with platitudes, instead sliding a heavy, dark mahogany box across the polished desk, its surface scarred by a single, deep scratch near the lock. He was very specific, Kofi, the lawyer said, his voice grating like sandpaper against the hum of the air conditioning. This box was never to be opened while he breathed. But the moment his heart stopped, it became your inheritance, your burden, and your instruction. Kofi felt the coolness of the wood beneath his palms, the weight of it suggesting something far denser than paper or jewelry, something that possessed its own gravity. He remembered Elias laughing over drinks a year ago, pointing at a similar box on a shelf, and warning Kofi that curiosity was a luxury he couldn't afford. Now, the luxury was gone, replaced by a mandate from the grave. And, as Kofi turned the box over in his hands, he felt the first cold prickle of a dread he couldn't name, a sense that the man he called his best friend had left behind a bomb with a very long, very silent fuse. The air in the office felt recycled, stripped of oxygen as Mvimba cleared his throat to read the final codicil